Hey you guys, what's up? If you've never seen me before, my name is Chelsea and I write books about Black girls who aren't all that nice. And wherever this day may have found you, I'm so glad that you are here. Today we are talking about writing software, specifically Ellipsus, which is the writing software that I personally have been using for the last couple of months, coming up on a year. And it is one that I absolutely love, and it's one that I think that more people should know about. This video is sponsored by Ellipsus. As a full-time author, there are dozens of writing software out there that I have used over the course of writing 2 books, multiple novellas, and being featured in different anthologies. But over the course of my writing career, I have discovered that there are certain features that I look for in every writing software that I find. And right now, the one that's at the top of my list is Ellipsus, and I'm here to tell you why you should be looking at it and adding it to your process as well. So let's go ahead and get into this. And in full transparency, this is a sponsored video. However, this is also my honest opinion. Ellipsus has not seen this. They are seeing it at the same time as you are. That disclaimer out the way. Let's talk about the things that I feel like every writing software needs. And starting with the very most basic thing, some type of organization system. So I have used many writing software where essentially all of your documents are in one long list and there is no way to organize them. You can either archive them or it's live. And if you are working on multiple projects like I do, that can be really daunting. So one of the things that I absolutely loved about Ellipsus from the jump is the fact that their organization is on point. It lets you have folders within folders. And one of the things that I really love is the fact that when you create a new document, you can actually add a description to it so that when you come back to it, like say you're up at 3 a.m. for whatever reason and you're just putting down a couple of thoughts, you can be like, hey, this is what this is supposed to be, so that, you know, when you're awake or fully sober or whatever your situation is and you come back to it, you're not just sitting there like, what was I doing? What was I thinking? You have a description right there to help you put everything into context. And although this is a simple feature, this is definitely one that I have not seen in a lot of writing software. And now that I have it, I am reluctant to let it go. That being said, the second thing that I think every writing software needs is for it to be easy to use. And I'm not going to name any names, but there are definitely some software out there where you have to watch YouTube videos and complete tutorials to figure out how to use it after you acquire it. One thing that I absolutely love about Ellipsus and what I think every writer needs in their software is essentially a plug and play, where you can sign up, get into the software, and you can start writing. Because as a writer, if you're downloading a writing software, it's because you have something to write about. And what you, generally speaking, are not looking to do is to spend the next 2 to 3 hours going down tutorials, trying to figure out how to pull up a new document and how to use all of the cool features that the software is offering you. And what I love about Ellipsus is that you go to their website, you sign up, type in your email. They send you a quick little login to confirm your email address, and then boom, you're in. You create a new document and you're typing. There is no learning curve. There are no tutorials. There is nothing in it that is confusing, and it's so easy and it streamlines the process. And I would be remiss if I didn't let you guys know that Ellipsus is available across platforms. So whether you like to write on your laptop, a larger PC or desktop, or if you like to write on your phone on the go, however you like to write, as long as you have an internet connection, you have access to Ellipsus, and it has a cloud backup. And as an author, it's nice to know that you don't have to worry about losing your words if something drastic were to happen to your laptop. Again, I'm not naming any names, but I think we've all heard those horror stories online, and I like that Ellipsus is creating solutions so that authors have one less thing to worry about. So once you're signed up and you're into the documents, there are 3 things that I personally really love and use all the time within the Ellipsus software. And the first one is the sprint timer. So as someone who does writing sprints on my channel and someone who is a big proponent of having dedicated time to just focus, lock into my writing, get into the zone without any distractions, I absolutely love that Ellipsus comes with an inbuilt sprint timer. So you can input any time between 1 minute and 24 hours, and you can focus on your writing. And what I love about this is that they also have a word tracker. So during your sprints, it'll let you know how many words you added or removed from your document. So you can actually have a tangible number of what you're doing without it being distracting. It's minimal, but it's functional. And I feel like those 2 things together make it an incredibly powerful tool. The second thing that I really like about Ellipsis is all the fonts that come with it. So they have dozens of fonts for you to be able to choose from. And as someone who's used several writing software where they kind of lock you in to one particular style and format, I really like that you can customize how your text looks with Ellipsis, whether or not you want double spacing between your paragraphs, single spacing, if you want a hanging indent, if you want a different font. Whatever you need for your writing process, Ellipsis gives you options to make that happen. And along with that, I also love that they give you free themes to choose from. So whether you like to write in light mode, I don't know, you're kind of maniac, whatever, do what makes you happy. You like light mode, they've got it for you, but they also have a sepia. They also have a nature mode. They also have different versions of dark and ultra dark. Personally, I like to write in ultra dark mode. That's just my favorite. I like it. Whatever, don't judge me. But I think all those little details come together to make writing in Ellipsis a really great experience. That being said, the third thing that I really like in Ellipsis is actually one that I did not know that I would like as much as I do until I started using it. And that is the draft and merge feature. And basically what that is when you start writing in Ellipsis, and let's say you're writing a chapter, because I write novels and they're long as all get out. And so I have different documents for each chapter. Once you draft that chapter, if you sleep on it, come back to it like I like to do, you can create a new draft. And what that does is it duplicates the original, and then you can go in and make your changes. And when you click the merge button, you can actually see the differences between your original and your changes. They're highlighted, and you can choose to merge the drafts with the changes, or you can keep them separate. I usually choose to keep them separate just because I like to have a paper trail. I like to see the differences that I've made, and I really love that you can continue making as many drafts as you need so that you can see the process. I feel like that is an underrated feature that more authors would use if they knew about it or if more writing software had it. But I will honestly say that for me, at least, this is the first time that I've seen a draft and merge feature that I not only felt willing to try, but also found extremely helpful and useful because of how Ellipsis presents it. That being said, I also want to make it clear that one of the things that Ellipsis does well that I personally have not seen in any other writing software is their collaboration feature. And I say that from the experience of a lot of other software that I've used require that both people who are using the document have an account. And if that is a paid service, it is kind of unrealistic to expect someone who is not an author to pay for a service simply to collaborate on a document. And therefore, in my experience, it doesn't get used as often. What I love about Ellipsis is that their collaboration features make sense. So you can create a draft of your document and you can share it with whoever you like. It's a great way to invite other people to your document, and it's an easy way to get feedback. And like any other software, when someone does leave feedback, the portion that they are talking about is highlighted. But what I also love about Ellipsis is that they offer a chat feature. So you can be in the document at the same time talking about what needs changing, and it keeps track of who's commenting on what. I will say that my only caveat with this is that the permissions are very broad right now. So when someone is invited, they are invited as an editor, and their permissions do need a bit more nuance added to them. But I can also say that it is on their roadmap of features to add in coming updates. That being said, I think my favorite thing that I like about Ellipsis is kind of self-explanatory, and that is it's free. It is definitely the software that I recommend to anyone who is a new author or who is using Google Docs or Microsoft Word and they're trying to move over because they're ready to level up their writing. That's not a shot at anybody. I'm just saying, if you're an author, I highly recommend that you have writing software. And I think Ellipsis is a fantastic software. If you are an author, a blogger, a writer of any kind, it is definitely one worth looking into. And like I said, it's free. It doesn't hurt you to sign up to give it a try to see if it fits into your process the way that you would like to. That being said, this would not be an honest video if I did not give you the full truth of Ellipsis, and it does have a few drawbacks. The first one being that there are very limited export options. So if you are the type of person who likes to move their writing documents over from one software to somewhere else in order to edit it, I will say that as of right now, you can export in PDF, HTML, and to AO3. They also offer a markdown and rich text export, but that is it. And that is something that I personally would like to see change in the future, and something that I'm keeping an eye out for personally. That being said, my second caveat with Ellipsus is that there is no chapter options for books. So if you are an author and you write books with chapters like I do, there is currently no way to have all of your chapters in the same document, unless you want one really long document. So the workaround that I have found for that is to have each chapter as a separate document within each folder. I will say that Ellipsus does have on their roadmap that they plan to offer an update for this in the future, so it will not be an ongoing problem. But if you sign up in the near future, it is something to be aware of. I personally don't find it to be a big inconvenience, but I want you guys to have all the information so that you can make your own decisions. That being said, one thing that I really do like about Ellipsus is that they are very transparent about their roadmap. They have what they call their frill roadmap, where you can go and you can offer new suggestions. You can upvote suggestions that are already there. And they do have a Discord community that is available for everyone to join. All that said, I will honestly say that I think Ellipsus is a fantastic software. I plan to continue using it, and I hope that you guys give it a try. If you are, please let me know down in the comments below whether or not you are going to sign up for it, give it a try, and make your own opinion of it, or if you decided that, you know what, nah, this isn't for me. Either way, let me know. And if you are just shy and have nothing else to say, you can always leave a brown heart down in the comments to let me know that you watched all the way to the end. And if you guys want to know more about Ellipsus, then you can check out this video here, where I had a conversation with Rex, who is the co-founder of Ellipsus, about all the things behind the scenes and why they decided to create Ellipsus in the first place. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until next time, I hope your days are lovely and your books are interesting. Bye, guys.